Good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to be here. This presentation is on our website, and I'm going to skip through it very quickly because I thought we had 20 minutes, but we only have 10. So I think what separates Victoria from many of the companies here is number one, we're fully financed through to production, fully permitted. Construction is underway and tracking on schedule and under budget. It's a very high quality, low cost operation, great exploration potential, and we've got a management team that's built and operated mines in the north before. Just a couple of the highlights on the economics or the facts. You can see the reserve there at 2.66 million ounces. And again, I emphasize reserve. Lots of people talk about resources. I don't have a lot of faith when I see resource calculations anymore because they're generally computer generated. We'll be mining at over 12 million tons per year, so it's a big mine. The reason this project works is because of the strip ratio at less than 1:1. And the gold recovery is 73% on average over the life of the mine. The table in the top right explains why many of our shareholders own the stock. You can see how leveraged we are to the price of gold when you look at those NPV numbers and IRRs at higher gold price. I talked about the financing. I'm not going to go through it in detail, but in March we announced a fully financed solution. It was through Osisko, Orion, and Caterpillar financing to raise a total of roughly $400 million. Uses, you can see the primary uses there, the construction, the mining fleet and corporate G&A. There have been some construction-related increases. We've seen some escalation. We've done some detailed engineering and made some changes. Unfortunately, those will improve the long-term economics, but they added to the capital cost. And then bonding in the Yukon was higher than we anticipated. To raise money costs money, and you can see that was around $20 million. And then I have a category here called being prudent. So we raised additional working capital. As many of you know, where single asset juniors have problems going into production is sometimes schedule slips, sometimes grade isn't quite what you expect. So we wanted to make sure we had extra working capital. We've also brought forward the first 2 years of sustaining capital into the capital number. We've put in a cost overrun facility, and we did a little bit of hedging just to give ourselves some price protection. There's our new shareholder base. You can see Orion and Osisko become very large shareholders. Infrastructure, we have great infrastructure despite being in Canada's north. Those blue lines are paved highways. They're also the power corridor. So we have year-round road access, and as well we have to build a power line, but by building about a 50-kilometer power line gives us access to low-cost hydroelectric power. So just a shot of the site when it's built. You can see it's very simple. Open pit, valley leach, gold recovery plant. Nothing fancy, no new technology. Schedule. You can see detailed engineering is well underway. We've ordered all the long lead equipment. The crew's mobilized in March. We're in full construction now. There's roughly 220 people on site today. By the end of August, we'll be up to 450 on site. So construction time frame is just over a year. Will have us in production mid-year 2019. I'm going to skip these couple of slides. One slide that's interesting, and I think, how do you make money on Victoria stock? This shows, 5 companies here that their share price when they started construction and their share price when they achieved commercial production. And I think on average you can see they've had 100% increase in price. I believe in that myself. If you monitor SETI, you'll have noticed that I bought 3.5 million shares last week. So between my wife and I, we now own over 6 million shares, or about 1% of the company. If you don't believe my BS, you can check on these analysts, what they have to say. You can see their target prices there, all around between 80 cents and $1. Just a few shots of construction. I'll flip through quickly. Good companies come with good teams. Myself and our chairman, Sean Harvey, joined the company in 2007. I became the CEO in 2011, and we got focused on Eagle. Prior to that, we were all over the map. Board there has all been together for more than 3 years, and the management team is starting to come together as we move towards production. So why invest in Victoria? Fully financed to production. You can share in the re-rate going from developer to producer. We'll produce over 200,000 ounces of gold per year at very significant margins, and we have great exploration potential. Thank you very much.